Okay, people, good evening. It's your boy Michelle, right? So today, I want to be talking about this top-down analysis in which some of you requested for, right? Which eventually definitely going to be helpful in us doing the analysis. So I'm quite conversant and sure that each one of us already understand what basically clinical analysis are. And what basically we're doing today is to explain the concept of time frames, explain the concept of time frames, explain the concept of uh, uh, top-down analysis, ranging from the daily down to the very lowest time, in which we definitely be able to pick our positions in our various world trades. The main essence is to be able to get certainty of where to take our position, maximize our profit, minimize what our losses, right? So we'll start today. We'll start this evening. Basically, we'll just pick any trading pair. So today, let's say we pick on pounds USD, right? Pounds USD. Okay, no, I've already done some stuff on this. Let's pick on something else. Pounds USD or pounds JPY. Let's start with pounds JPY and let's see what we have for pounds JPY. So now this is what is going to do top down analysis, right? Start from top down analysis. It's very important to understand what the concept of top down analysis are. So basically, as the name implies, top down, you start from what a very higher time frame downward to a very what lower time frame. So now to do our top down analysis efficiently, right? We start from our analysis. Basically, we try to identify what the trend is all about. Also, me, I love to use what the 4 hour in order to what to identify what my trends in my what in my particular what in my trade, right? So with this, what we do is first is what to identify that particular trend. And to identify that particular trend, what I do as a trader is what I picked on my trend line, right? Or I pick my horizontal line. I first identify what's the highest of the day, which is this, right? And I'm coming in and identify what's the current what lowest for the day, right? The current lowest for the day, or what is happening presently on my chart, what's happening presently on my chart, or basically, well, let's just say we use what's happening presently on my chart, which is eventually what this highest and to the lowest. Now, this is what we are going to do, right? Let me give this one a different color. Let me give this one a different color so we could actually have a better view of what the tool is. Now we all know that this one above this level is what it identifies the resistance, and this one below this level is what signifies what support. So each one of these is what we'll be using effectively not to understand what higher time frame. So now we're using a very higher time frame to understand what's the movement of the market is all about. We're able to identify the topmost part and what's the lowest part depending on what the present market situation is talking about. So the first thing is to do is what identify the key zones, right? On that same 4 hours, now we identify the key zones. Now, these key zones are where there are rejections for to the downside of what the particular what market. Now, we could see from the top side of the market there are rejections to the downside, and from the downside there are rejections to the upside. So the same thing where we identify key zones as well, what to the bottom side, the bottom side of the chart, right? Where we have what rejections what to the market. I have a rejection here, I have rejection here, I have rejection here, I have rejection to the upside, I have rejection what to the downside, I have rejection what to the downside what of the market, right? Very efficient for us to what to be able to identify what the market is what is trying to say. Now, this we able to identify these key zones. Now, one thing we able to do is we've identify what the trend of the market is all about, and we're able to what see what the market is talking about right now with this. Now, from here, we could see the market has what's been ranging down, right? So, this is giving us a better view of what the market is doing presently, right? On the 4 hour time chart. So, now, in order to, what, to place our trade and to make our position, right? We go on a lower time chart, right, to identify key zones again that we're going to identify from our lower time frame. And for me, again, I could identify another key zone to this point, right? On that key zone here, right? Let me give it different color. Another key zone, let's give it this color, right? Now we see this key zone here as rejections to where the market is all about. So the thing is, I as a trader now will not just place my trade on this level like this. I have to wait for what confirmations as what a trader. What I'll be doing is what I'll wait for confirmation, either the market to break above this level, above this level, then I could be able to place my trades and what to make my profit out of the market. The main essence is to be able to what the main essence is to be able to be what to maximize what my profit and what to minimize what my losses. And in doing so is for me to be able to what get a particular position in the market where I can actually what to take my trade efficiently without what taking what too much risks to my trades and the rest. So what we're doing here is for us to take a position, right? We need to go what on a lower time frame, right? On lower time frame, 1 hour time frame, where we could identify what's this level. We understand the concept of what support and resistance. Now we could identify the market as being on a downtrend what from this 4 hour chart, right? Identify the market as being downtrend from this 4 hour chart. So what we could do now is what wait for a confirmation to this to signify now to signify what the continuation of the trend. Because what from this level, this is the key zone where the market what has been what ranging. The market has been ranging at this particular zone, at this particular zone at this particular zone for a while, right? Market has been ranging for this particular zone for a while. And for me to what to take my position, I need to wait for the market to break what to this upside and take my what my positions. I load my entries at this particular level, at this particular point what in the chart after I've gotten a confirmation or a particular what trend. But now two things could actually happen here on the chart. Now I could see the market as I could see this level as a very strong support level, right? Where I could see some rejections to the market, even at this particular level, right? So I'll come down to my 15 minutes now on my chart. I'll come down to my 15 minutes and see what position I could take. From here, with this confirmation, I could then see that I could say the market is trying to what to give me what direction what to the upside, given the previous bullish candlestick where that I already have. The previous bullish candlestick that I already have. What I would do is what to avoid what they call the FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. I will first place my first two trades here as a trader, place my first two trade here and allow the market to break. Once I have a confirmation of break, I can then load what my entries. Target is what the market what to rally from this point what to this particular point what in the market, right? To rally from this point to the market. And whereas I'm using this level as my stop loss, should in case the market will go against me, just in case the market will go against me, this level as my stop loss, the market should hit me off from this level if you decide to what if you decide to or not to go against my when you decide not to go against my direction. I could eventually what use this level what as a stop loss, then allow the market to what to flow whatever thing. So the concept of the top down analysis is for you to what to get what a proper what to be able to make a proper decision on what placing your trade. So the first thing to do is what identify your trend what on a higher time frame, right? Identify the key levels on the lower time frame, right? Identify the key levels on the lower time frame. Then from the lower time frame, you can be able to what to take your what your position on 15 minutes or on a 30 minutes on a 15-minute chart. You take your positions depending on what the candlestick is forming. Make your first entry. Once there is more confirmation, you can then load your entries what to the upside to get towards this level on what the market. So that's basically it, and that's basically all for top down analysis. Any more question you could just ask, then we'll definitely what look at it and be able to what to break it down. Thank you very much and have a